My name is Tanya Maduro. I'm from originally from Groton, Connecticut, and I'm just an everyday activist. I'm an organizer, and when I saw this march happening from Charlottesville to DC with sustained action happening after, I decided to join in and help to do what I can.
And so, what was the point of this march? You all marched, and not every single person did it, but
Yeah.
As a whole, the group marched from Charlottesville to DC, which was a 10-day.
Yep, it was a 10-day march from Charlottesville to DC. We actually have some folks who did march the whole 118 miles. And the purpose of marching from Charlottesville to DC was to just uplift and bring more awareness. The news cycle in this country changes really, really fast. And so the march happened a little bit after 2 weeks after the death of Heather. In Charlottesville, when there was a KKK white supremacist rally with Nazis. They were holding flags, and the response from the president was that there are good on both sides. You cannot have good on the side of Nazis and the side of white supremacists. So that first response is just not an appropriate response, especially from the leader of this country. So, you know, this was a call to action. There are folks who wanted more. They wanted to see more action happening. So we came together, a whole bunch of individuals. We all happen to come from different organizations, but we came together as individuals to help plan this march and turned into sustained action.
And so it was a few days ago that we live streamed as you marched across, and then just right around where we are, it was tense. Kind of this whole area was occupied by these tents, tables. You had sort of a pretty big operation going, but when we stopped by here to check in, I don't see any of that. What happened?
We had a vigil village kind of set up here with tents. We had different stations, and what happened was that the National Park Service came 2 days ago, and they tagged all of our tents, saying that our structures were not in compliance. Which was okay. We're like, we'll probably take our tents down. We'll still be here though. We'll still be in the space. And then yesterday they said no. The structures also include tables, chairs, and anything that is on the property. So we went and filed a permit. They were kind of giving us a lot of pushback for that. So we were in negotiations with not negotiations, but we were, talking with the police, the National Park Police, letting them know like our permit's filed, we're here, like let's, see what we can do to try to hold the space. And then when they did the shift change, a new sergeant came on who was not happy with us at all, who apparently hadn't really heard from the daytime shift that we were in negotiations, that we were here holding the space. He came back around 4 in the morning with about 8 other National Park officers, and they gave us a little warning, and we're like, no, we're not leaving the space. We don't need to. Like, we have the right to peacefully protest. So we stayed and we held our ground. We sang together, we chanted together, and watched them as they broke down our tents, watched them as they took our first aid supplies, all of our water, and all of our food.
So they said that you had an illegal structure, right? That they took the structures.
Yeah.
Why did they take water bottles, food, Band-Aids, medical supplies and stuff?
I think it's a political decision. They really didn't have to. They chose to do that, and they chose to do that. They chose to break down our area, our little village, you can say. On the same day that they granted the permit for the mother of all rallies, what otherwise known as the white supremacist rally. So they granted that permit, and then at the same time, within 24 hours, they tore down our village, and just for the sheer pleasure of doing it. There's no really reason to do it other than they're choosing the side of white supremacy.
And did they give you any kind of documentation or anything explaining it?
No, we did not receive anything. They did tag our things with orange tags, but other than that, that I'm aware of, maybe Duncan, but I do not recall Duncan at all getting a list of inventory.
And to be clear, nobody was charged. Nobody was arrested.
No one was charged. No one was arrested. They let us only keep what we could hold. So we were able to keep 2 signs that you see here.
Wow. And I was like, that's clever.
Yeah, we were able to keep these signs, keep the chairs that we were sitting on, because at the very end we were able to get up and actually hold the chairs that we were sitting on. And we still stayed in the area. We stayed here. We actually haven't left. There's always been a presence here 24/7 since we set up last Wednesday.
Did the police say they'd give your stuff back?
No.
So are you surprised by the idea of police taking your things and not charging you with a crime to do so?
No, I'm not surprised at all. any form of police, it all started in, the DNA, the fabric of it is all white supremacists. It started from slave catchers. Who were given batons and told to catch slaves, and it just has progressed into a way that now it's just silencing us. It's silencing the people who have a message of love, of unity, of bringing together, and of confronting white supremacy, which is the DNA of what this country is built upon. And it needs to not just be talked about. There actually needs to start being policies, systems put in place to start breaking down and repairing all the damage that white supremacy has done to folks in this country.
So can you just tell me lastly about the future of this kind of event? You said you're still planning to stay here to the end of September?
Yeah, we're still planning. We do not plan to leave at all. We plan to have a presence. After this, we have regrouped to try to figure out our next steps. So keep an eye out. Follow us at Cville2, the number 2, DC.US. You can follow us on Facebook at March to Confront White Supremacy. You can follow us on Twitter at Cville2, the number DC. Follow us and keep updated. We also do have, if you'd like to really be updated, we text every either night or morning what our next day plans are. So that number is 50409. You can text CONFRONT, CONFRONT, text CONFRONT to 50409.
Are you concerned about police subscribing to that phone number?
No, we're here. They're our emails list. They could have already been on our email list. They're around here. They're hearing us. So.
Alejandro, did you have any additional questions?
Yeah, just if you want to talk overall about what you think the impact so far of your movement has been, what you guys have accomplished, and what you guys want to accomplish going from here on out, especially after what happened last night.
Can you repeat the first part?
Are you going to change your strategy at all? After maybe what happened last night? What do you guys feel like you've accomplished, and what do you want to accomplish?
No, our strategy has always been to have a sustained presence with escalating actions, and we still plan to stick to that same structure. It's just going to be a timeline now when we can rebuild that and really hit home with the actions that we have planned.